We should really get another Sonic Riders, honestly. Hey everyone, Marco Gamer Dude here, reviewing Sonic IDW Endless Summer. At first, I wasn't really gonna review this, but I enjoy the story a lot, and it's good to have some peaceful stories before getting into the main action. The story begins with Sonic visiting Tails, wanting to hang out on this beautiful day, but Tails, being too busy, asks Sonic to fetch something for the restoration. Sonic speeds through and runs into Jewel, who's extra busy, and is feeling a little left out as Tango is hanging out with Whisper a lot, all doing their own thing. But being super busy, she has no time to hang out with them anyway. Sonic, who feels for Jewel, does a little mission for Tails before running back to Jewel and escorts her to the beach with Tangle and Whisper. Jewel obviously is a little not happy with how he said that this was an important mission. Sonic says, giving a little nod to the 900th adventure thing, "If you work too hard and hold your feelings back, you'll burn out and won't be able to help anyone," and encourages her to hang out with the others, and she does so. A little later, we see them playing volleyball when the ball goes over a little hill, and then when Jewel goes over to retrieve it, she spots the Babylon Rose on the other side. Jewel tries to sneak away quietly, but Sonic unknowingly gets their attention. The two groups are facing off on the hill, saying there's not enough room for either of them. This makes me wish Tails and Knuckles were here for a Sonic Riders reunion. Eventually, they come to an agreement to play some games to settle this little issue. Over time, both teams are winning each event back and forth. Once they get the volleyball, Jewel starts to feel left out again, but Sonic peps talk her up again, and thus, she comes up with a plan to make Jet the fall guy, and cause his team to lose the win by playing his ego. Even though Sonic's team won, Jewel felt bad and invites the Rose to join them, with the possibility of playing a rematch again, playing Jet's ego. Later, as everyone wanted to join some marshmallows, Tangle is talking to Jewel and they both express how they missed each other, and promise to hang out. And that's how this little story ends. Good to see some peaceful and fun moments of the Sonic cast. We don't always need to be in some big adventure with a big fight. So this story I found very good, and Jewel struggles feeling left out with her friends. That's relatable. We all have friends who end up getting along and hanging out more with other friends more so than you, especially since you're busy all the time. And then you begin to feel left out, and sometimes you don't want to say anything because you're afraid of the reaction. It happens. And I'm glad that they patched things up with that. Seeing the Babylon Rose is always a treat. Sonic Riders 4, where are you? Speaking of Riders, I wish Tails and Knuckles went with Sonic so that we can get a reunion and see each group interact again. I know Tangle, Whisper, and Jewel have history with the Roads, but not as much as Team Sonic does. I love that the Roads are in outfits that we've seen in other media, and Tangle, Whisper, and Jewel look good too. Wish Sonic got something though. The Roads all acted how they should. Wave is definitely the person who is always trying to settle things in the group, and I love how Storm barely said anything in this comic other than stuff relating to the umbrella. Jet was written better than he was in that short with him and Whisper. A lot felt that he was very off character in that. In here, he's definitely how he always is. He's a guy who can't take a loss and has a big ego. I think that's why he's a good rival to Sonic. Both have a bit of an ego show-offy type thing, but Jet is way more than Sonic. In my opinion though, as much as I love seeing them around, I honestly feel like at times, the Roads are only there for conflict and stuff. I get it though, they're thieves. They're not exactly friends with the main cast, but I do wish that we would get more than them being the conflict of the story. And they're gonna be a conflict again in upcoming issues. Yes, I know that they helped save the world that one time, but even then, the rest of the time they show up, they're the conflict. Regardless though, this issue was a fun time. I mean, Whisper of all characters called Jet and Sonic's skills amateur. Whisper, this girl, the quiet one, she did a friendly tease. Her. I expected Tangle to say that, not Whisper. She has grown so much. And the physical expressions in this comic, love them. This issue's story is shown to be taking place during the time that Mimic is around as Duo, but it seems to be taking place before Silver shows up, because Whisper's not around trying to do a Mimic hunt, and neither is Silver either. So this takes place before issue 63. Anyway, soon we'll be getting a lot of comics. Amy's anniversary special comic, the 900th adventure comic, and then issue 64, where we find out why and how Mimic is still around in future issues during Silver and Whisper's Mimic hunt. And of course with Amy and Metal Sonic teaming up, and the 900th adventure comic dealing with the Warped Topaz. Take care.